And tell us, Lulu, as a mentor to future leaders, can you maybe share a success story or two where you mentored somebody and that person took your advice to heart?
Gosh, there's plenty of them. I think that again, the mentoring has been mainly around helping people navigate their careers and navigate their education and how to focus on their education and what to do or not to do. And as a consequence of that, I mean, I've got a number of young people that are in positions of power or important positions that I have supported through either mentoring or just pointing in the right direction, because it's all about pointing people in the right direction and also providing additional information. And sometimes just asking the question, because sometimes the person actually knows deep down what they want, but they just don't have the courage to take it on. And to face some of the challenges by just asking a few questions, which then pushes the person into another level. For example, in the group that I'm working, these young women I'm talking about, this young woman, I work with a group between 21 and 35. So this young woman who's about 20, same age as my son, I think, so he's 26. Last year, she came into her first lunch. We call them lunches. And she came in all sitting there quiet. And when we're asking everybody to check in, she said, I'm so-and-so, I have a terminal disease, so really I don't have any ambitions. Just out of sitting around that room, everybody said, well, terminal illness. What do you mean by terminal illness? We are all terminal, actually. And when we drive out of here, one of us might be knocked out by a car. So you're not going to come here and tell us about your terminal illness. It's either you want to have a future and you're going to fight for it, or you're going to sit here and use terminal illness as an excuse. So by providing that platform with other young people, they just went for her in a young person way. And the following lunch, she came, she said, guess what? I've started a business and I am now doing my legal, I'm progressing with my legal studies. All things that I actually said, there's no point in doing all of these because I'm a terminal illness. So each time, in fact, I'm seeing her tomorrow afternoon at 5. Of that group, she's the one who's progressed most out of that group of about 40 young women that have been dealing with for the last 2 years, who walked into the room like quiet and speaking like very softly because she was like, I'm dead. And since then, if she walked in here, she walks straight and she's confident because she now says, well, let me use the best of the time that I have, like everybody else. All of us, we don't know how much time we have in the world. So if we all sat and we said, well, we're dying, we're not sure when, I mean, we wouldn't be studying. You and I wouldn't be talking here because we don't know what's going to happen. So as I say, it is just things like that. Sometimes it's just creating a platform for people to just get them out of their own shell, more than that you sit down and say, this is how you design X, Y, Z. You know?
Now, Lulu, are there any role models of leadership that you feel future leaders should study and maybe learn from?
I think, I mean, for me, there are a number of leaders, obviously, that I don't want to say normal that everybody know. I mean, the Nelson Mandelas, the Gandhis, and all of that, the Obamas. But I think there are a number of women leaders, I think, that we want to also look at. People like Michelle Obama, who hasn't held any position per se, but has used the platform that she had at the time to really make a big impact in the world, particularly also to women out there. So I've got a lot of respect for somebody like that. There's Zanele Mbeki, the wife of the former president Mbeki. Again, not held a specific position, but she has used where she's at to really do a lot of work, working with women, working on the ground without necessarily having to sit and shout from any platform. So I've got a lot of time for people like that, which I think we should also study more. And because what that does, it just shows us that you don't necessarily have to have a, inverted commas, powerful position to make an impact. You are a leader where you are. Look at the platform that you've got and say, what can I do to make an impact in society from where I'm sitting?
Now, Lulu, where can our listeners follow you, and how should they connect with you?
They connect with me on my website, which is www.lulugwagwa.co.za, or at our Twitter handle is at Girls Lunch, same with the Instagram and also the Facebook page, which is at Girls Lunch.
At Girls Lunch?
Yes.
And last but not least, Lulu, is there one piece of advice that you would really like to convey to future leaders that they should take to heart and implement in their own leadership?
I think for me, it's choice, but not chance will determine your destiny. It's choice. Leadership is about choice. And we're in a leadership position and you're wanting to make an impact. It is about choices you make. It's not by chance. Just because some people in the street have voted you in, you think now you are a leader because you've mobilized. It's about conscious choices that you make, considered decisions that you make. And I'm really appealing on leaders out there, particularly in this continent, to really take considered choices for the future of this continent.
Well, Lulu, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your insights, and for helping us build a better world and reminding us that integrity and education are at the heart of everything.
Yeah, thanks very much, Nick.